What is happening, Budget Builders, and welcome back to the GMC Motorhome Rescue. This is a 1973 GMC TransMode that had been sitting since at least 2008. It was at an abandoned home, and we were able to get this thing pulled out, rescued, and in our last episode, we got it running. But now we've got to get it from my parents here, because we had it towed here to the shop, and we're gonna try to drive it back. To start with, we're gonna build these brakes, and then if we can get it home, we'll go ahead and give it its first wash. And I just want to say thank you. It seems like a lot of you enjoyed this rescue and are excited to see what's come. It's cool that a lot of you think on the same page as we do and find wacky stuff like this cool, so thank you. We need to go ahead and get into these brakes. If you remember, this thing has literally one of the worst master cylinders I've ever seen. So what did we do? You know, in our first video, we busted and blew out that drum. Sometimes when you're trying to get something out of there relatively quickly, you know it's replacement parts now. They're hard to find. I did find them and realized they're like $125 a piece for drums. So we went a little bit different route. We actually bought like the whole back half of a GMC TransMode. And what else did we get? We got the ladder and the roof rack for this thing, which I think is going to be so cool on there. All the wheels, the tanks with brand new sending units, and all this stuff and a new master cylinder, booster. And we ended up with everything for like $700, which is a fraction of what it would have cost brand new from one of the parts suppliers. Thankfully, the lines on this machine look really good. And to begin with, we're going to go ahead and remove the master, so we can get everything else off brake-wise and we can blow back through our lines and just make sure everything's clear. Of course, one thing we forgot, line wrenches. Oh yeah. Check that out. As bad as that master is, that line looks pretty clean. So it's got this stabilizer up in it here too. That's come on. Tire's a little sketchy. Oh, look at that little tiny thing. Beep! It's just a little car rotor. The thing looks really good down here. Oh, it had new hoses on it. My dubbers. Only holding on with one bolt. Might as well get that thing out of the way because it was grabbing the wheel. It's crazy. All the original wood up here looks super good. All the way down underneath too. This thing is surprisingly clean, but we should have changed the spark plugs from right here. Oh, not bad at all. Thankfully, if you look here, the caliper piston is actually in really good shape, even though the outside's a little on the crusty side. Very smooth. Nice and tight. You know, this isn't, I don't think this is one we can just go and repack because you just got a sealed wheel bearing like you would a front wheel drive. What's nice is it had newer shocks and a fairly new hose put on. So there's no dry rot on it. We're just gonna make sure it's clear. We do have new ones, but you have to pull all of this crazy stuff off to actually get it out of here. And so if this one is nice and clear, we'll go ahead and let it ride for now, as long as the caliper feels good. Because obviously, we're gonna have to get back in there and do that that rotor before too long, because that's probably one of the worst ones we've seen. And clearly it looks like they probably had to put a new caliper in here, and that's probably when they did the hose and left that rotor. Don't ask me why. Go ahead and just pull the bleeder here, make sure it's freed up and clear. bleeder is clear. Compress the caliper. Oh yeah. It's a good sign when it compresses that easy. Oh yeah. Whoop. I like to take some grease here and grease up our ride joints, or little ride points there, and this will help prevent squeaking. And sure enough, our suspensions were correct. The original brake hose. So, the reason that... Excuse me. The reason that rotor looks like it does, this one actually looks really nice, spins freely, good and tight, is the caliper had gone bad. And thankfully when they did the caliper, they went ahead and did a new brake hose, and it looks really good. This one, not so much. That's why I went ahead and cut it. What's aggravating, we will have to pull that cotter pin, take the nut off to pull this bracket loose. And then this one's just a straight shot, and we take it loose from right here. Not too bad. Shot too. Well, we might be addressing those, huh? Here is our thought now. Obviously, these swing arm or bogey pins and bushings are completely shot on this thing. Now, with that being said, pull everything off of those. We can put these together with fresh brakes, but eventually we'll have to do these bogeys because they are just so bad on this one. And to do those, you got to drop this whole assembly. Why don't we just drop this one and slap the known good suspension on this thing? You notice on that one, it's never been messed with, but on these, they've all been taken apart, restored and everything at some point of time. And being this is a common issue, and considering it's been undone on this one, I don't know. I think we just go ahead and put it right on that one. It's gonna be... So we're gonna try measuring it just so we have a good baseline, because this is shimmed and everything. You know, I'd assume this is the same part, so we just shim it the same. Obviously the measurements are gonna be not great because this thing's so worn out. I think there's special ways to align these. Basically, I think we're gonna take it off, put all the shims and everything back in the same place, but I just kind of want a baseline so we know where we're at. There it is. While we're in here, might as well get everything good and cleaned up. With the wire brushed and made sure everything was good and solid still, we can go ahead and chassis coat it, which is gonna convert what surface rust is left and leave us with a nice protected surface for many years to come. Now that we're back together, measuring those backing plates, this thing is dead identical to what the other one was. And even if that wasn't enough, the bottom bolt that come through when this thing is lined up right just drops straight down in. And also, this one is super tight. So that just saved us a lot of time and probably quite a bit of money. And here's our replacement, which was a new one off of that one that got kilt that we were able to get so many parts from. How in the world are we supposed to get brake fluid? I can get it in the front one maybe. Get in there. With everything in there, we have a movable pedal. Now we just need to get it bled. And again. Down. And again. And again. And again. And again, Dan. And again. Woo, getting some air. And again. And again. So close. And again. And again. And again. And again. Well, after like 2 hours of pushing fluid through the fronts, I didn't even show because they were so easy. They bled instantly, no problem. The rears, we finally started getting fluid, but no pressure. And finally, once we got clean fluid all the way around, it blew a line out. Thankfully, just a little short piece of line, and probably the only bad looking line on this whole thing is like one little section here right there. So not a big deal. Let's pull it off, let's get a replacement, and we should be able to put it in there and go ahead and get it bled. Here you can see just how nice the line is, all this line is, but this right here was up against that hose, and I think just rubbed and rubbed and rubbed and ended up eventually rusting through or rubbing through it. So let's get that little short piece there pulled and get it replaced. Was actually just trickling a little bit of fluid down, just enough without leaking, until we finally got pressure. Boom, it blew out everywhere. You know, we had never done one of these before. I just kind of assumed that it took a long time, but now we know and we can get this taken care of. Oh, nice. All right. Let off. Beautiful. Hit the brake. Let off. Perfect. Sorry, that was a bit drastic. One thing you may remember is the like 6 gallons of water we had to put in this thing. We kind of figured out what it was. Now thankfully though, super accessible. Looks like something just poked right in here. Hopefully we can wire brush it. And we've got some solder. Definitely would have been 1,000 times easier if we were laying down instead of trying to do it in the car. It's a monster of a radiator to get out. Let's go ahead and put some water in it now and see if it holds. No leaks. Awesome. And we're charging. It is a little low. It's clean and not burnt though, so that's good. Now for the moment of truth. We don't even know if this thing goes in gear yet. Oh, that's really fast. Ready? Yep. Oh! Oh! Park. Beautiful. Reverse. Neutral. Drive. All right, put it in park. Let's cut it off really quick. Take the chocks off. Let's see if this thing moves a little bit. How's it? Does that power steering? Oh, I can't believe that thing is driving. Dude. I am so excited for this. The wife and kids are following. So is Mimi. Pop-Pop's in the back. Let's do this. Oh, steering wheel right there. Yeah. That's reverse. Yep. That should be dry. All right. All right. Good? Yep. Close the door. You're on your own. All right. Oh my goodness. Literally daily drive this thing. This is great. What are you doing? Well, it made it back. And now that we're back, it's a 90-degree day. These guys are already in swimsuits. Let's get this thing washed and clean. Y'all ready?
Yes!
First run, first drive, and first wash in at least 15 years. We're gonna fire up the pressure washer. We've got the car wash here, and these guys are gonna go to town with magic erasers, and what that is gonna do is help us get all this grime off, pull this oxidation off, because if we just pressure wash this, it would be that chalky and make a big mess. So hopefully by magic erasering all of it, which is a lot. This is a lot of surface area. We're just gonna start on the sides. We got the kids, and then we'll get on the ladder there and take care of the roof as well.
We don't want to get the fungus. We want to get the fungus. I can't get way up there.
You get all this stuff. For the help.
You're welcome.
What do you think of the camper? Is it cool now that it's washed?
Yeah, but we're gonna do the rest to make it better. Can we make camping videos? Wait, can we bring that with us at camping?
Yeah, we can.
So we can do us camping in it.
Yeah. Are you all done, Mia? Thank you for the help, baby. Absolutely blown away by just this initial wash. This thing was definitely a baby doll when it was parked there so many years ago. A long ways to go. Still need to do some work up there on the roof, but it's cleaning off fairly easy. Now you can tell once this thing starts to dry, it is just that, really, really dry. But I think a good buffing and waxing, just gonna take a minute because there is a lot of acreage here. I mean, a lot of acreage is gonna make a massive difference. And a couple little touch-up spots of paint. You know, we've got a little chipping up there. I think a visor would look really cool on here. And definitely gotta put a nice awning down the side and so on and so forth. So much to go. if you can't tell by the kids' reaction, I don't know. I think they just have so much fun playing out here in the water, more so than even washing stuff. But I think they're really excited for this thing, and I can't wait to get that interior, start digging in there, dial in the drivetrain, take care of the maintenance that we have to go, and be able to throw them in it and take this thing for a spin and continue on with this rebuild. I think at the end of this rebuild, we got to take it out and we've got to go camping in it. But I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. We got this thing running. We got it here to the shop. We drove it back and we've gone ahead and blasted it down. Now, this is just a first wash. We've still got a detail to go, and then we can start working on the inside. There's a lot to go, but I hope you all will follow along with us and you enjoy rebuilds like this. We have a bunch of fun old cars that we really love bringing back. Be sure to subscribe button, notification bell to keep up with our future uploads and join the Budget Builds family as we bring these cars back. And if you have been a part of the channel, we really do appreciate it so incredibly much. It's because of all of you that we get to do this right here. So thank you. Peace out, and catch you all on the flip side.